everyone, and welcome back to TheFragialeShow. I'm here with my mom, and we are making one of my grandmother's favorite recipes that traces back to an old calabrese recipe, and it's called Pollo al Forno, or in other words, baked chicken. So let's get started.
What you need for this recipe is bay leaves, salt of course, and my special ingredient, crushed red pepper. You need oregano also, and some green or red or yellow peppers. I prefer more yellow and red peppers versus the green peppers because they are more flavorful. Then you need olive oil and onion, and you need some celery, some carrots, and some potatoes. Now I have a large baking dish which is about 10 by 15. So for this particular size I have about 2 pounds of chicken, and these are about 2 peppers, and then I have 1.5 onion and about 5 to 6 pieces of celery. I have about 5 or 6 long carrots, and you can do as many potatoes as you like. You can, right now I have about 5 potatoes. Okay, the most important thing is to spread the ingredients evenly in the baking dish. The carrots and the potatoes. And as you can see, the baking dish is almost full already. Now the next part is really the seasoning. So you might want to crush the bay leaves. I have about 2 pieces right now in my hands, and you want to crush them in very tiny pieces, because the tinier they are, the more flavor the vegetables absorbs from them. And I have about 2 or 3, and now I'm going to get about 2 more, and just kind of crush it and spread it. And then you want to use the oregano, and you also evenly spread it around, and you give it a good shake. And the more you like herbs, the more you can go heavy in spreading the herbs. Then you need the salt. The same thing, you just go and you kind of spread it evenly, and it will be probably maybe 1 full teaspoon of salt at this point. And the next step is the oil. Now we have the olive oil, and what I do, normally Italian people don't measure anything, so I just look at the bottle and see how much is going down, and I just spread it evenly. But basically you go throughout the whole baking dish, and I will say 1/4. Do not exceed 1/4 of olive oil, because then it might be too much. Now for this recipe, unfortunately you need your hands. You really have to blend these ingredients well, and you need your hands, especially when you spread the chicken. So now we add the crushed pepper. If you don't like crushed pepper, you don't have to put it. The chicken is already been washed, and excuse me, and as I said, I removed the skin. And now what you want to do is basically blend everything in. So it's going to be a little messy with your hands, but the more you spread the ingredients, the better the taste will be. Now if you don't want too much oil, you can also add a little bit of either broth, like chicken broth, just maybe 1/4 of the chicken broth, or you can also add a little bit of water, maybe the same amount of water. So right now I have, as I said, less than 1/4 of olive oil, and I basically feel it with my hands. If you feel that you don't have as much oil at the bottom, you can add the other 2 liquids that I mentioned, either the chicken broth or the water. So I might have to put a little bit of water this time because I'm gonna go a little bit less heavy on oil. Okay, so we are at the point where we need to add a little bit of liquid. If you happen to have some of the broth in your fridge already, bags of broth that is already open, you can add that. If you don't, you use a little bit of water. Now, the way you want to use the water, go to the corners and then in the middle, so that you know that the vegetables will have plenty of liquid to cook in, and so that you don't burn anything at the bottom. And basically that's pretty much what you do. So as you see, I haven't used much water after all. So you just want to make sure that there is enough for the vegetables to cook and for the chicken to be nice and well done.
Alright, so this is pretty much what it looks like with all of the pan, and it's so pretty, nice colors, and I love chicken. Chicken is probably one of my most favorite things to eat, and every time my grandma comes over, the entire kitchen just smells phenomenal. She is an amazing cook, and this recipe is amazing. So honestly, the entire house will be filled with this amazing aroma. And so now we're just going to cover it with aluminum foil.
And it basically has to cook about between 350 and 400, so I would say about 375, at least for 40 minutes. And after 40 minutes, you want to remove the aluminum foil and let it cook for an additional 15 minutes so that it becomes nice and golden. So we are going to be back, and I will show you how you will do that and how it's going to look like.
Alright everyone, so the chicken has been in the oven for a good 45 minutes. And basically what we're going to be doing now is just taking the tin foil off.
Voila. And this is how it looks right now.
I love chicken, I'm so hungry.
Okay. You want to make sure that the chicken is cooked, so that before you increase the temperature to make it become nice and golden, see? It's nice and tender. You touch it, and you can see that the fork is going in nicely and it's nice and tender. And we want to make sure that it becomes nice and golden. And that's the purpose of removing the aluminum foil. And you can also increase the temperature a little bit. So before it was 375, now it's a full speed 400. And you let it be in there for about 15 minutes. And you check it. If it is not quite golden, you let it say another 5 minutes. So we're gonna check right now, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Actually, 15 minutes. Okay, everybody, this is how the chicken should look. It's nice and golden, so you know that it's perfectly cooked, and it's, again, very lean and very nutritious. So I hope you enjoyed this meal, and send us some comments and feedback, and bon appetit.
Alright everyone, thank you all so much for watching again, and I hope you're having a great day. And stay tuned for more delicious Italian recipes. Bye!